We'll discuss after this class. Okay. Okay, so where were we? I mean, we have already done this. Which one? Grid view we are seeing, right? Okay, so grid view with image. So let's try to just start this vision. Hotspot is working, right? Okay, so yesterday, if you remember, I mean, what we have done grid view with some images, right? Okay, so what are the steps which we have followed? I mean, what are the steps we have followed? Again, the requirement is same. What we do, we will have some selection widget or called view, then data, and what is the third one? Adapter. Okay, so what is adapter? Adapter is nothing but a bridge between your data and view. Okay, so we have seen many adapters. Okay, so which is the supermost class? Base adapter. Okay, so yesterday we created our own adapter. So how to create your own adapter? Public class my adapter extends base adapter, then you will be able to create it. So which is the most important method in your adapter? Get view method, which you have seen, right? Okay, so how many times get view method will be called? Less than equal to number of items you are able to see in the screen plus 1. Why plus 1? Because of buffer. So because I mean, sometimes if you are scrolling, half up half down will come, right? So in that case, I mean, to accommodate those kind of scenario, what will happen? Plus 1 will be there. Okay, and I think this much only we have seen, right? Okay, so today we will try to do that. So if you remember, I mean, yesterday's class, what we have done, I'll just run that code. Okay, then you will be able to remember it. What was our project name? I think I have uninstalled. Okay, so I got to install it. Yeah, we will run it. So whenever you are running your code, okay, so it's best practice. I mean, what you do? Go to your project. Okay, go to your project. I usually prefer this Android one. Okay, go to this Gradle properties. Okay, and uncomment this. I mean, this is the line. Why? Then what will happen? Your project will run faster than your normal one. So let it be running, then we'll continue from there. So yesterday what we have done, we have shown those images. Now what we do, when I click on the image, what should happen? It should become bigger. Okay, and when I click on the back button, what should happen? It should go back to the previous screen. Same is in your, I mean, in gallery, mobile gallery, whenever you will go now. Okay, so we will try to do that. So we have done the first part. Today we will see the second part. Let it be running. Yeah, it's installing. So this is the thing which you have seen during last class, right? Okay, so what was your last class? We created the grid. Sorry, where is that? I can't have this one, right? Okay, so we have created the grid of all the images. Okay, now what is our requirement? When I click on this image, what should happen? The same image should become bigger. Got it, right? So how we'll do this? I mean, what should be our plan? What should be our plan to do that? Okay, first plan, try to understand, when you click on that particular image, you want to make it to bigger image, right? So you must have to create the XML, so which will make your image bigger. Okay, so you can create one of those XML called solo picture. Okay, what is the XML will create? Okay, this is just a rough idea which I am giving, and then we will do the actual coding in our Eclipse. Okay, sorry, Android Studio. So now what we'll do, we have written this solo picture.xml. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to make this full screen itself as picture, right? Okay, so how will write? Tell me. I will write something like image view. What should be the height? Tell me. What should be the height? Tell me. Match parent. So match parent. Why match parent? Because complete screen you want to make it your image, right? Okay. Similarly, your width also. Match parent. Okay. Then I will give some ID. How to get the new ID? At the top plus ID, and you will give the name of that image view. Something I will give the image view. Okay. And you want to have one back button. Okay. So let's try to have one button here. Okay. So you can create one button here. Why I am creating button? Because on click of this we want to go back to my previous screen, right? Okay, so previous, I mean, where all the grids are there. So what to do? I mean, button. Okay, so again same thing, we will have that ID at the top plus ID button. Okay, and we will write all those, I mean, height and width. Okay, so this is your XML. Now what we'll do, whenever you are done with your XML, where we go to our controller. So who is your controller? Main activity is your controller in this case, right? So we'll go to main activity. Main activity.java. Okay, here what we'll do, you already have this grid view, right? So if you remember yesterday what we have done, we inside on create, what was there? We were having that grid view, right? So how will you write the code? Grid view dot, whenever you are having grid view, so what we do, grid view dot set on click listener, set on item click listener, ना? So अंकित वहाँ से you just remove that code, है ना? गेट व्यू के अंदर में मैंने कुछ कोड लिखा था, उसको हटा दो, otherwise it will not work, है ना? So check it in your get view method, कुछ मैंने on item on click लिखा, उसको हटा दो, okay? Otherwise it will not work. So what will write here? I mean grid view, because so try to understand, whenever you are having this spinner, then what we do, we select the item. So there what we write, set on item selected. Okay, if you are having gallery, again you are selecting some of the image, right? So what we do, set on item selected, but grid view we don't select, we click on that item, right? So what we write, grid view dot set on item click listener. Okay, so set on item click listener. Okay, automatically what is the method will come here some method will come called on click or something, on item click, on item click or some method will come, we will check it here. Okay, on item click will come. Okay, and then here one of those argument will be there. What is that? Position will be there. Okay, so position will come, position will be one of the argument. Got it, right? So now what we want to do, try to understand, when I click on this grid view, I want to make the full screen of image. Okay, so how we can try it out? Tell me. So whenever activity will open, which is the first method gets called? On create, and inside on create, what is the method which will inflate our XML? Set content view. Right? So here what I'll do, set content view. Okay, and which is the layout we want to do? r.layout dot solo picture, whatever the image we have got now, we will do this solo picture. So this is the XML, I mean the XML which I'll inflate here. Now what will happen, the layout which you are seeing, it will become bigger. Now it will become bigger. Okay, yeah, now whatever default image is there, that image will be shown in your screen. Okay, now which image you want to show? The image you will click. right? Okay, so what will do, tell me how to set it. I mean, first you have to do find view id for that, right? So how will you do find view id? Image view image view image view equal to, how will you do, tell me? Find view by id, okay, r dot id dot image view, okay, and here also we'll do this image view. Got it, right? So image view, now you want to set that image, so how will you do that? Image view dot set image resource. What is the image set image resource will do? And you already know the position, right? So what I can pass data source 1, I think it was 1, and you know the position. Got it, right? Then what will happen? Your image will become bigger, okay, so you will see the enlarged image. Got it, right? So now you have clicked. Now on click of the back button, what you want to do? You want to get back to your previous screen. Okay. So again we have to do find view id for that back button. So how will you do here? It will be your button. Okay. So button. Okay. Button. Okay. We will give this here also button. Here also button. Okay. And on click of this button you want to do, right? So what we write? Button dot set on click listener. Automatically what will tell me on click will be here. Okay, you will get this on click method here, right? Okay, yeah. Now what you want to do? You want to go back to the previous screen. So how I'll do that? Any idea? So whenever we load our screen, what is the first method gets called? On create. Okay, with on create, what is the parameter or argument what we pass here? Bundle. Okay, so if you will check here, I mean in our on create method, okay, so what is the thing which we pass here? What we pass here on create method, what is that? This is your bundle. Got it, right? So when first time it will load, what we'll do, we'll save this bundle somewhere in one temporary variable. Got it, right? And next time when I click on the back button, I'll use the same bundle. Okay, so how will you do that? Tell me. I'll create one temporary variable, something like private bundle. Okay, I'll give the name called temp bundle. What is the variable name? Temp bundle. Okay, and whenever on create method will be called, what will do? Temp bundle equal to, here we will have this bundle, right? So bundle dot saved instance, so saved instance or something will be there. Okay, saved instance. Okay, so we'll just save this somewhere in a temporary variable. Okay, now I want to go back to the previous stage where we were. So what to do? You just use this temp bundle here. I mean on click of this button, right? So how will you do? On create method we can call, and I just pass the temp bundle. That's all. Then what will happen? We will go back to the previous bundle. I mean wherever we were. Got it, right? But here, I mean, whenever I am working with this, so what is the one? We will have this extends app compact, some activity will be there. App compact activity now. App compact activity. So app compact activity will complain for this particular mechanism. Okay, so what you can do, you can remove it and make it to activity. Then it will work fine. Okay, the extension which we are doing now, we have to remove it and put the new one. Okay. So this is the plan which we will do. Okay, so let's try to implement here in our code. Okay, so guide me how we will do. Where we will go? First we want to get the click listener. So on item click. So we will go to our, where is our grid view? This is our grid view. Okay, grid view dot tell me set on item click. Okay, so grid view are always clicked. Okay, those are not. On item click listener. Okay, then new control space on item click. On item click. So here is the place where we will get the click listener. Okay, we will get the position also, and we have to create one XML. So where we will go? We will go to resource layout. Resource layout. We will create the XML. So we will go here. I will give the name called something like solo solo picture. Okay, solo picture will be my XML. Okay, and what this XML will contain, tell me, only image view and button. Okay, so we'll remove all the other things, we'll remove all the other stuff. Okay, we can remove this context also from here. Okay, then what we need, I want to have one image view. So image view. Okay, what are the width you want to have? Match parent, height also match parent you want to get. You have to give new ID at the top, plus ID, image view will do. Okay, by default if you want to show some image, how to show? Source is the option. Suppose by default you want to show some image, so at the rate of drawable IC launcher. Suppose IC launcher is my default image, so I will show here as my default image. How your screen will look like? Let's try to see. Okay, this is the way how your screen will look like. Bigger image and this XML. Okay, we want to have one button also. You should not do like this, the one I am doing. Okay, but yeah, okay. Let's try to do this small button. Small button. Okay. Small button. Suppose if you want to have center here, let's try to, yeah, small button. Where is this? It didn't come or what? Okay, small button means it will have this style. Okay, so let's have some bigger button. Okay, somewhere suppose here is your button, this is the back button. Okay, so what I'll do, I will give the name called, where is my button? Okay, instead of text this, what I'll do, I'll give the name called back. Means when I click on this particular back button, what should happen? I should go back to my previous screen. Okay, so this is your back button. This is your back button. Okay, so now when I click on this here, it will come. Now what you want to do? You want to make it bigger, right? So how to make it bigger? Tell me. Set content view, because set content view is the first method. I mean, on from our period or set content view goes, right? So you will do this r.layout dot, what is the method name? Sorry, XML name solo picture. Okay, solo picture. Yeah, let's run this. I mean, if it will work, then we will go to the next step. Okay, so let's see. Notepad. Where here or top one, this one. Okay, so it should run now. Let's wait. Yeah, so now see here, it came over there. Okay, now when I click on any of the button, it should become bigger. So let's try to click on this. That means it is becoming bigger. Okay, but now what is the problem? Always it will show the IC launcher. Why? Because I am giving the default image as IC launcher. Okay, now instead of default image, what you want to set? You want to set the image which you are clicking. Okay, so how will you set? Tell me. We already have this. Okay, so we already have this. So we want to do this image view. So what to do? Image view equal to, how will you do? Tell me. Find view by ID r.id dot image view. This is the name which we have given, image view. Okay, we have to do casting. So what is the shortcut? Alt enter will do this. Okay, so now image view dot set image resource. What is the one? Set image resource. Okay, now which image you want to set? The image you are clicking, right? So we already have this data source 1. Okay, and what we pass? We pass the position. That's all. Our task is done now. So now if I run this code, what should happen? It should give me the same image. I mean the one which I am clicking. Okay, Okay, so see here now, if I click on this, see, the same image is becoming bigger. Okay, I click to 25, it became bigger. Okay, now this back button we have not implemented, so we have to implement this back button, then it should go back to my previous screen. Okay, so to do this, what we'll do, same here only, I mean, you need one button, right? So we'll do this button, okay, and then button, here also button, okay. Now on click of this button you want to do, right? So how, what is the method, tell me? Button dot set on click listener, okay, new on click listener. Okay, now whenever we load our skin, what is the first method gets called? On create. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll go first, we'll try with app compact. If it will not work, we'll make it to activity. Okay, so first let's try to try with our app compact only. So private bundle, this is your temp bundle, you can think, the one which you discussed. Okay, bundle, and here what to do, I want to save it, right? So bundle equal to saved bundle instance, I this one is your temporary bundle, right? Now what to do here, on create, okay, on create you pass this bundle, that's all. Okay, we'll try it. If it will not work, we have to make it to activity. Okay, this is the one. If I click on 20% discount, it become bigger. Okay, now when I click on this back button, see, it is crashing, that's what I told you. Okay, so if you'll go here, I mean, go here, how to check the crash, you make it error, okay, and you will find. Okay, so some sort of, I mean, what is the error? Fatal exception, some already attached, something is coming. Okay, so why this problem is coming? Because we have this app compact activity, so instead of app compact activity, what to do, we make it to activity. Okay, now it should work fine. Let's start from it. Okay, yeah, now suppose if I click on any of the items, suppose this one become to the back button, correct, right? So this is the way how you can implement this grid view with image. This one click back button here, this one click, it will become the, this one click back. Okay, so this is about your, I mean, grid view. Okay, let's try to do this last one. So what is the one? Customize list. Okay, okay, not bad. This one here or down. Okay, Pakistan will again win it, since Pakistan England test match is going on, right? Here Pakistan, they are winning in England. To become a good test team, I mean, you should have good bowlers. otherwise because you have to take 20 wickets, right? Over. Okay. So what is the next one? What we want to do? We want to do this customized list basically. Okay. So let's implement this. Okay, customized list view. Okay. So what does customized list means? What is normal list view? Normal list view means it will have only string. String. Now you don't want to have string. You want to have image also or some other stuff. Got it, right? So that would be your customized list view basically. So typically, if you see here, this your customized list view will look like, where not only your string, it might have some other image or any other stuff, whichever thing you want to have it. Okay, so we'll implement this. So how will you implement it? Again, whenever you will start working, from where we start from our XML view. So what is view? We'll go and create one list view here. Okay, we'll create one list view. Okay, if you want to make your list activity, then what you have to do? You have to make it like this, at the rate of id list. Okay, if you don't want to make a list activity, then you can directly write at the rate of id plus id, then any name you can give. Okay, this is one of the way. Then then where it will go? Now see here, which is the segment which is getting repeated? This is the segment, right? If you see, this one is only getting repeated everywhere. Okay, so we have to create that row. So we have to create this row. So how my row will look like? We'll have some text and one image where you want to have it. Okay, yeah. After that, what will go? We'll go and create the adapter. So this is the way how we will create the adapter. Till now, whatever example we have done, what we are doing, we are extending base adapter. Okay, let's try to extend array adapter. Okay, now we'll extend the array adapter. Okay, so we'll extend array adapter will do. Okay, then getView method will come into picture here. Same thing which we have done in earlier case also. Okay, and if you'll see here, small one of the concept which will come into picture called layout inflator. Okay, so if you remember, this one we have done during our when we have done, any idea when we have looked into this layout inflator? Where?
Activity
Toast. So whenever we are doing this customized toast, right? So do you remember we are using layout inflator? Okay, so why layout inflator we use? Okay, so if you will use array adapter directly, then whose responsibility is to inflate your screen? Array adapter responsibility. It is Android responsibility to inflate your screen. Okay, but in this case you are not using array adapter. What you are doing? You are doing extending array adapter, right? So whose responsibility will be to inflate your screen? It will be your responsibility, right? It will be your developer's responsibility. Okay, so we have to write one code which will inflate your screen in your wherever activity is there. Okay, so this is the way how your typical code will look like. Get layout inflator, then you will use one of the method. Inflate is the method name which will be used. Okay, here you will pass this one will be the layout which you want to inflate. What is the second parameter? You will pass null. Okay, and then you will get all the other items, whatever the things are there basically. Okay, and this is the way how it will work, right? So let's try to plan. Let's try to so what is the task which you are going to do? What is the task which you are going to do? Okay, so implement customize list view with text view and image view as a repeated segment. Okay, so this is the task which we are going to do. I mean, for time being we are having text view and image view as a repeated segment. You can use anyone, I mean, anything. So customization of our list view. Okay, so how we will start? Again, our starting point will always be your XML. Okay, so I will go to my XML. So activity main.xml. We'll go to this. Okay, what we'll do, we'll create new project, otherwise there it will be messed up. Okay, so we'll go and create, because we already have I mean occupied those screens, right? Okay, so we'll create the new project. Okay, so by the time it will create, we'll try to plan the things. Okay, so what will go, we'll get this activity name. Okay, you want to work with list view, so we'll go and create this list view. Okay, then what to do, we'll have ID. You have to create new ID. Okay, so you can do something like @ plus ID. Okay, and list view will do. List view will do. You'll give this height and width for this list view. So this is your view. Okay, now how your row will look like, you have to create that row, right? So you will just keep the name called my row.xml. Okay, and in my row, what you want to do, you want to have one row where your image and text will be there. Okay, so what to do, you make, so typically you will have linear layout, right? Linear layout will be there, linear layout you will have. Okay, and what to do, you make your orientation is telling me what, horizontal. Why horizontal is horizontal? Why? Because I want to have image and text in the same line, right? Okay, so that's why. So here we write image view. Okay, we'll write all those things. And what is the other thing will be the, tell me, text view. Okay, so you want to have in the same line, right? Or else if you want to have top and down, that is also fine, and then you have to make it to vertical. Okay, so what we have done, we are done with the row. Okay, row creation we have done. Okay, now where will go, tell me? We are done with our XML. Now where will go? We will go to controller. Who is your controller? Activity. Okay, main activity Java. So we'll go to main activity dot Java. Okay, we'll go to which method, on create method. Okay, on create method we will go. Okay, and here what to do, we will create this something like private list view. Okay, list view, and you want to do list view, right? So how to do, find view by ID. Okay, r.id.list view. This one you have to do if you are not extending list activity. If you are doing extending list activity, then what you can do, you can make your I mean ID as @ of Android ID, and directly you can do this. No need to do find view ID in that case. If you are doing list activity, extending list activity. Correct. Okay, so it will automatically map. So whatever list view we are doing. So what I meant to say is, if my main activity, okay, so extends list activity. If it's extend list activity, then no need to do this. No need to do this. Automatically it will map with your here, but here you have to change it to how you have to do. You have to do @ of Android id, then list. Then what will happen? This list view will be mapped with your list activity. Then no need to do all this list view and automatically it will map. Okay. So but if you don't have that, then what you have to do? You have to do the find view id, the one which you have done. Both are same. Equal only. दूसरा correct. Correct. So if you are having only list of items, then better to go for list activity. If you don't have any other view. So basically, if you go here, if you see the hierarchy, what happens? I mean, see, if you want to create dog, what you do? Animal is your superclass. Okay, then what you do? You write dog. So dog extends animal. Similarly, if you see the hierarchy, what happens? I mean, typically, okay. So if you see our activity hierarchy, tell me which is the topmost one? Object, then context, then context, theme wrapper, okay, then context wrapper, okay, then what is there? Your activity. Now new activity they have created, they have given the name called list activity. So list activity extends activity, bas, and this is the only difference. Got it, right? So as I told, if here, I mean as we have discussed, animal, dog, okay, so something like animal we are having, okay, if you are having some sort of animal, if you are having animal and you are having dog, now suppose if you will create horse, then what will happen? You will be able to use horse, but dog property will not be there. Got it, right? So similarly, if you are using list activity, then other properties might not be there, I mean, which we are using. Okay, it will have all the property of activity, but here if you are having some other activity, then that you might miss it. Okay, so this is the only problem. Okay, so yeah, anyway, I mean, it depends upon your implementation, how you want to go ahead. Okay, both will work. So list view will do. Okay, now what we want to do, we have created this list view. We want to, so our view is done. I need some data. Okay, so how to get the data? For time being, we are using the static data. So how to do? Private. Okay, what all things you want to show? Something like string. Suppose my static views are something like, while going through, we'll read it from our database or maybe from server. Okay, so for timing, we are having this normal. I'll pass some sort of strings. So strings maybe, I mean, let's try to have the countries. So India, okay, Pakistan, Bangladesh, okay, Australia. Raining, good. Okay, so Australia, na? I mean you can put all the country name, I mean whichever country name you want to have over here. So let's try to have some small country name, maybe, I mean I'll give the name called Cuba. Okay, and we'll have some image also, I mean the image which you want to show in your screen. Okay, so I mean if you want to have, okay, or else we will see, I mean only 2 images are there, no? We can read from Android, depends upon your requirement. Okay, so this is your data source. Now what we need adapter. So you understood, right? So our view is done, data is done. Now we need one adapter. Okay, so let's try to create one adapter. So what is that class name? Public class. You can give something like my adapter extends array adapter. Now till now we are doing base adapter. Let's try to do array adapter. Array adapter. Okay, yeah, now automatically you will have this, we will create one of those constructor. Okay, so if you remember, I mean we are doing, okay, so I want to pass my activity. Why I want to pass my activity as a context? Why? Because when we do get layout inflator, we will need this. Okay, so we'll pass it. Better to work with encapsulation, we should make our variable as private. Okay, and here what we pass, I will pass the same thing, activity context. How to remove the shadowing? This dot context equal to context. This activity is my context now, so I'll have it. Okay, and we have to pass. So whenever we are writing this or super, it should always be the first line, right? If you remember it. Okay, so what you do, you will do this super. Okay, and with super, what all three parameters we have to pass? Because whenever we create array adapter, what are the three parameters we pass? What are three parameters? Tell me. Context, then layout, then third will be your data source. Okay, so here also we'll pass three things, because this is your super class, you are calling super, right? What is my context? Context is my context. Okay, then what is the second one? Layout. So what layout you want to inflate? Tell me. R dot layout dot my row. You want to inflate this, right? This is the row. This row you want to inflate, right? So what we write here? Context, then R dot layout dot my row. So we will write my row. What is the third one? Data source. So what is my name of the data source? Something like strings. Strings is my data source, so I will give strings. This should be your data source. Okay, yeah. Which is the most important method in your list view? Tell me. Get view is the most important method which we get, right? In get view method, what all parameters are there? Tell me. Position. Okay, so then view, convert view. What is the third one? View group. Okay, so view group. Okay, and parent. Okay, so now if you are working with normal list view, or maybe your spinner or something, whose responsibility is there to inflate your view? The adapter which we are using, array adapter or something. Now we are not using complete array adapter, right? So now what you have to do, you have to inflate by yourself. So how to inflate? Layout inflator. Okay, so we have to get the layout inflator. So how to get it? Layout inflator. Okay, inflator equal to, how you do? You already have this context as your activity, context dot get layout inflator. So this one will give you your inflator. Okay, now how to inflate? Tell me. Inflator dot, what is the method name? Inflate is your method name, if you remember, and we pass two parameters. So what are the parameters? R dot layout dot, what is the name? My row. And for time being you pass null. You don't want to have some sort of parent. Okay, so you will make it null. Okay, and what is this? What is return? It will return your view. It will return your view. Okay, so what is this view? This view is nothing but your list view. Not list view actually. It is each segment. We are having each segment, right? So it is the segment of your view, list view basically. Okay, because get view methods returns each segment of your view, so you have to return this. Okay, yeah. Now if you want to get your image view inside this view, how will you get it? Tell me. How will you write? Write image view equal to, if I will do find view ID, will it work? Tell me. No, find view ID will not work. Why? Because that is not part of your outer view, it is part of your inner view, right? So how to do? Tell me. View dot find view ID. Got it, right? Why? Because you want to get the view inside view, right? So what you do? View dot find view ID. Okay, then r dot id dot image view which we are doing. Similarly, what is the other one? Text view. So we will use text view. Okay, here might be you have to you have to cast it. Okay, similarly here we have to cast it. You have to cast it. Okay, so text view. Okay, and here we have text view. Got it, right? Now you want to set the text. So how will you set the text? Tell me. You already have this view, so just use it. Text view. This text view is inside your list view basically. Dot set text. So what you want to set? You want to set the string, right? So strings strings is my variable name. Okay, how to set it? You already have it, the position, so just pass the position. That's all. Just strings with our data source. Just pass the position. It should give you. Okay, now what I want to do, I mean, whenever, suppose, I mean, this is the string. Okay, you have to, I am writing the logic. Okay, so whenever my strings are, I mean, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, suppose I am having string 5 string, then I want to have some other image. If I am having more than 5 strings, I want to have some other image. That logic, I mean. Okay, so how will you check it? Tell me. If how to get the length of your string? Tell me how to get the length. Okay, so you will use this. I mean, this is your string, right? So dot. Okay, so length or some method whether will check it. Okay, so if the length is, I mean, greater than 5, why? Because this one, INDI 5 is the one. Okay, so if it is greater than 5, then I want to have something else, and if it is less than 5, then I want to have something else. We will do if else condition. Okay, and if it is greater than, then what to do? Image view dot set image resource, set image resource. Suppose I want to get the Android one, so Android dot r dot drawable dot, suppose, I mean bigger one, bigger image we will do. So we will write, I will get it whatever the image will be there. Okay, and if it is less than 5, then it will have some small image. I mean, we will have a small image. I mean, we will check it, whatever image will be there in from your Android, we can get it. Yeah, so now what happened, we are done with this. Now get view method returns each segment, right? So what it should return? Tell me. It will return your this which is the one? View. Okay, because view is your each segment. Okay, so now this view, it will return view now. Okay, so we are done with the adapter. Now after creating the adapter, we have to set it, right? So we will just create it. Okay, so my adapter, okay, my adapter equal to new my adapter. Okay, what you have to pass? You have to pass the context. So main activity dot this, and how will you set the adapter? Tell me. List view dot set adapter, adapter, and you just set this. That's all. Our things are done. Got it, right? So view we have got, we got data also, we got adapter, and we set the adapter in my view. I mean, selection widget, whichever we can call it. I mean, view or selection widget. Broad also got out. 9 wicket. Today only they will win. Drinks. Today is day 4. Day 4 transition. Second. Okay, and this logic will change, I mean depending upon your requirement now you can change this logic in this one, but your base data source is string only. Something like if you are working with your WhatsApp, then what will happen, your photo will be the other data source, and your name will be the other data source, and this data source might come from anywhere. I mean it can come from server, okay, it can come from your database or anywhere. I mean you just need the database. Okay, so yeah, let's start it. As per our plan, where we'll go, we'll go to our activity main. Okay, so we'll go to our activity main. Okay, we'll go to the text. Now you want to have list view, so we'll create this list view. Then width I want to have match parent, and height is your wrapping. Okay, and always like list view will have scrolling by default. Okay, you no need to create a scroll view for this. Something like list view, grid view, all will have scrolling by default. If I am having linear layout or maybe relative layout, you must create scroll view to scroll it basically. Okay, so yeah, let's try to have it ID. You can create at the rate of Android or so let's try to have this in this view. So I'm not doing at the rate of Android, means I cannot make it list activity now. I have to make it the normal activity only. Okay, for time being I just wanted to have the list of items. I will remove this whatever on top text which you have got. Anyway it's fine because this is your list view, right? Okay, so it will work, no problem. Because I want to have only listing, so I'm not having linear layout. Otherwise if you want to have different things, then I have to make it to linear layout. Okay, now we'll go here. I first find view ID, so private list view. Okay, list view. Then what to do, you will find view ID, so list view equal to find view by ID r dot id dot list view. List view we have to do this casting. We are done with the casting. Same thing, I mean the one which we planned here, right? Activity, then this casting. Okay, now I want to create my row also, the row how I look like. Okay, so we'll go to our XML, we will create our each row how it will look like. So where layout, here from here we can copy and you can give the name called my row. My row, I mean how your row will look like, you want to create it, right? So in my row what will be there, just remove this context. Okay, and what to do, you want to have so let's try to make it to linear layout. Okay, in row what you want to have, you want to have image view first. Okay, so let's have image view. Okay, width might be wrap content, height also wrap content. Okay, and suppose my orientation I want to make it to vertical or horizontal, anyone, whichever, however you want to do. Okay, image view, and what is the other data you want to have, text view. So text view you can have, so wrap content. Okay, you have one image view ID at the rate of plus ID. Okay, and you give the name called image view. Okay, here you want to have ID of text view at the rate of plus ID text view. Okay, yeah, now image view is there. If you want to have some default image, how to set it, source at the rate of, suppose Android, try to take it from Android dot drawable. So take some image. So suppose I want to by default I want to have some image, so button plus, suppose I will have this button plus. So button plus is my default image. So let's try to see how it will look like here. This is the way how it will look like, button plus. This is your default image. Okay, but plus button. And what should be your text view? Suppose you want to have one text view. Okay, so something like maybe text you want to have it. So it is your text. It will look like this. If you want to have bigger one, okay, then you can change it. So how to change it? You can change the size. How to change the text size, okay, maybe you want to have 25 sp. Always text view should be your sp, so it will become little bit bigger. Okay, if you want to change the color of that text, how to change text color? Suppose if you want to have blue color, then how to do? RGB. Okay, so it will become blue now. This is the way how your this is your each row how it will look like. Okay, if you want to change it to some other image, that is also fine. So button plus, okay, you can use any other image. Suppose you want to have a radio. Let's try to see how it looks in. So it will look like this one. Radio button and this one. This is again default image. You can change any image which you want to have it. Okay, so suppose I want to have it this one. Okay, so this is the way how your image will look like. Okay, whichever you want to have, you can use it here. Okay, so now what happened? Try to understand. Our this one we have done, this one we have done. Okay, now what you want to do? You want to go to your controller and do the other stuff. Okay, so we'll go to our controller. Okay, so data view is done. Now I need data. So what is the data we can have? Private. Okay, static data string. You can have something like countries. Okay, so you want to get all the countries here. Okay, so what is the first country? India. Pakistan. Okay, Bangladesh. Okay, USA. Okay, then what is the country we have? Australia. Okay, suppose these are the countries. So these are the countries which you want to show in your. So this is your data source. Okay, so we are done with the data also. We are done with our view also. What we need now? Adapter. We have to create one adapter. So we'll go and create one adapter. So public class. Okay, my adapter extends. Okay, suppose till now we are doing this normal adapter. Let's try to do this array adapter. Array adapter. Okay, and what to do? You go here and it will ask for the super class. Just create the super class. Suppose I want to create it. Okay, but I don't want to have this resource. I remove it for time being. Okay, and get view method we will write. Okay, get view method which will give us all those data, position, convert view and parent. Okay, and whenever we create array adapter, three things pass, right? What are those? Context, resource. What should be the resource? Tell me. R dot layout dot my row, because this is the resource which you have created. And what should be your data? Data will be nothing but the data source. So what is my data source? Tell me. Countries is my data source. So I will pass countries. Countries is my data source. Because if you remember earlier when we were creating array adapter, three things we are passing, right? So similarly here also we will pass these three items. Okay, now as we are working with layout inflator, we might need this activity, so I am making my context into activity. I am converting this to activity. Okay, so now we'll create it. Okay, we'll make it to private. Okay, for the encapsulation, and super should always be the first line, right? Okay, so we'll remove it. How to remove the shadow? This dot context equal to context. So our adapter is done. Okay, now what we want to do? We want to create this view get view method, right? Okay, so okay, now what we want to do? We want to have some sort of different way. Okay, so we want to inflate this. So we need this inflator. So what is the one? Layout inflator equal to how do you tell me? first you have to get from activity. So who is your activity? Context dot get layout inflator. That's what we have done, right? And that's what I told here. Okay, so this we are writing now. We are writing here. This one we are writing. Okay, get layout inflator, then inflate, then we will get all the views. Okay, so we have to inflate that. So what is the method name? Tell me. Layout inflator dot, what is the method name? Inflate is your method name. What are the two parameters? Layout and root. Okay, so what is your layout? Tell me. R dot layout dot, what is the one? Myro is your one, and for timing you can pass null as your root. Root means parent. You just pass null. Why? Because you are inflating in the full screen, right? So you can make your root as null. Okay. What is the return type? How will you check? Control Q. Control Q will give you. What is this? This one is. It will start once again. Control Q, some shortcut, something. Okay, it is still running. This minimize. Okay, it is still running. Control key is one of the shortcut in that particular software. Okay, so yeah. Now, if you want to see it, have a little view. You have to create this view. Okay, this one will return your view. Okay, now what you want to do? We want to do get the view inside view. So what is those two views are there? Image view and text view. Okay, so text view equal to, you have to get view inside view, right? So how will do? View dot find view id. Don't do find view id. Find view id will not give you the data. R dot id dot text view. It will ask us to cast it. Similarly, what is the other one? Image, right? Image view. Okay, now I want to set the text first, right? So how will you do? Text view, set text view dot set text, and I need the data source. So what is the one? Countries, you pass this position, it will give you that data. Now based on the logic you want to change it, right? So first, if you want to check null of your string, how will you check? Tell me, what is the method we are having in our Android? Text utils. Okay, so what comes from text utils? Okay, so this is one of those class which can check whether your string is null or not. Okay, so we'll check this. Okay, so if your string is null, okay, you can have do nothing. If your string is null, then you don't need to do anything. It will show the default image, this image. Okay, but if your string is not null, then where it will go? It will go to else condition. Okay, if it will go to else condition, and we'll check that size of that particular length will be or 5. Okay, so here we can have one more else if condition. If my countries dot position dot length dot length is greater than 5 or else condition, you can have like this. Okay, if it is greater than 5, you want to have some other image and a bigger image. So image view dot set image resource. Okay, you want to use Android one, so Android dot r dot drawable dot get some bigger image. So bigger image means button big one. This one will use big one. Okay, button star big one. If it is bigger than 5. Okay, and if it is smaller, then what we do? We will write something like, let's try to get some star one, something like big off. Got it, right? So if my string is more than 5, what will happen? On, and if it is less than 5, then off. Okay, and what your get view method returns, it always returns your each segment. So what is your each segment here? View is your each segment. So just remove it and pass it to view. That's all, our things are done. So we have created our adapter. Now what you have to do, we have to set this adapter. So we will create this adapter. So how will you create the adapter? My adapter equal to new my adapter. Okay, we'll pass the context. What is the context? Main activity dot this. In this case we are looking at it as an activity. Okay, and you want to set this adapter. So how will you set this adapter? List view dot set adapter in my adapter. That's all, over, our task is done. Let's run it. Oh, Sri Lanka, Australia is also going on. Who scored here 355? Chandimal. Oh, this is okay. Test match. Which one? Where? Achha, here. Okay, so here we are checking, I mean, if it is null, then we are not doing anything, then it will show the default image. Okay, then if it is not null, then we are checking the size, because you cannot, if you will do null dots length, then what will happen? It will give you null pointer exception. It's best practice whenever you are working null of your string. Okay, always. Which this one?
Set text. You want to set this string, right? So this is set text. So it is best practice. Whenever you are dealing with string, you should use this text utils dot is empty, to check whether it is null or not.
So if you want to make it fast, how to make it fast, tell me. You should go to your gradual properties, okay, and uncomment it. Uncomment this name. Okay, it is installing. Okay. So what should happen? If my string is less than 5, then off. If it is more than 5, then on. So that's what.
Scroll नीचे का.
This one. Okay, see here. Are you able to see? I mean, what is happening? Whichever are less than 5, those are, I mean, this one off. Okay, and whichever is, I mean, more than 5, on. On. See here, this list view is having this, I mean, scrolling by default. You no need to put it in. See, USA 3 word. So what is happening? It is your off. This is more than 5, so on means some highlighted things are there. Okay, so this is the way how you can, I mean, deal with your list view. Now if you want to have some other steps, you can do that. I mean, if you want to have button or anything, you can put there. So if you want to tick and all, you can design this row. The way how you will design your row, the way how your string, I mean, screen will look like. Okay, so yeah, this will finish this chapter. I mean, selection widget. Okay, so here one takeaway is this layout inflator. Okay, so layout inflator is very important. Okay, so when we use this layout inflator, if you want to inflate some view from outside, I mean, we are having some view, I want to inflate it inside my screen, then which one we use? Layout inflator. And what is the method name? Layout inflator dot inflate. Okay, inflate is the method which we use. And other things are as simple as it is. I mean, selection widget, data, and adapter. Okay, so those are the 3, I mean, components which we use. Okay, chalo, we'll finish here only. So next class, whatever what we'll study, let's check it. Which is this MWFS. Okay, which chapter will start? Tell me. This selection widget, this one is over. That's what I was asking you guys, no? Okay, Delhi is not there tomorrow. No.